Hi everyone, this is the first video of the ACT Math Practice Problem series, and here we are starting with the first topic, which is Laws of Exponent, Roots and Radicals. So here I have presented the first problem on this series, and as you can see that A and B are positive numbers, and then we have been given this one crazy looking expression and we have to simplify that. Now before you see the solution here, you want to give it a try by yourself and then you can match your answer with the solution, and if you are not able to solve it, that's okay, feel free to watch the solution, but I would always recommend that before you watch the solution, pause the video, give it a try, and then finally you can match with my solution. So what is the original expression here? Well, let me write it down. So the original expression is like this. It is 35 over negative 15, and then in the numerator we have a to the power 15 times b to the power negative 15, and in the denominator we have a to the power negative 5 times b to the power positive 3, right? So to solve this problem, let's first do one thing. We'll quickly isolate the numeric coefficients here in the numerator and the denominator. So we can write it as, and then let's try to combine the exponents of a. So then we already have a with a positive exponent in the numerator, and then whatever we have in the denominator, it will be subtracted from there. So we can write it like this, and this is this property of exponent that we are using here. Suppose we have a to the power m divided by a to the power n, then we can write it as a to the power m minus n. That's the property I am using here. And then how about b? Well, for b, we already have a negative 15 power here, so I'm keeping that as is. And then in the denominator, we have a positive 3, so again we have to subtract that positive 3. So now let's try to simplify the numeric coefficient here. I think there is a common factor 5 in the numerator as well as denominator. So if we divide both the numerator and the denominator by 5, we are going to get 7 in the numerator and negative 3 in the denominator. So that would be negative 7 over 3 times a to the power, this will be 15 plus 5, and then times b to the power negative 15 and negative 3. So this will give us negative 7 over 3 a to the power 20 and times b to the power negative 18, and that is actually equal to negative 7 over 3 times a to the power 20 divided by b to the power 18. Well, here is another property that I just used. So if you have a to the power negative m, it can be written as 1 over a to the power positive m. That's the property that I just used. So using this property, I can say that b to the power negative 18 can be written as 1 over b to the power positive 18. That's exactly what I have done. So now this is our answer. So we can write it as, okay, so this would be 7 times a to the power 20 in the numerator, and then in the denominator we have, well, let's keep the negative sign outside, and in the denominator we have 3 times b to the power 18. So that is our answer. And now if you look at the answer options, it looks like option C is the correct option. So this is the correct option right here, option C. And time is very critical in the ACT exam. So you have to try and solve the problems as quickly as possible. And in order to do that, you first want to eliminate some of the answer options if possible, right? So if you can narrow down your options to maybe 1 or 2 of them, then it will become easy for you also to make a good guess even. Suppose you are not able to solve a problem and you want to make a good educated guess, then also you need to try and narrow it down to some of the answer options, not all of them, right? Generally you'll be given 5 options, but you can try and narrow it down to maybe 2 of the options, right? So in this case, for example, if you see in the original problem, we have positive 35 divided by negative 15. Those are the numeric coefficients there, and that means we should always have, in whatever options that you are looking at, they should have either a 35 divided by negative 15 or maybe a 7 divided by negative 3 in the numerator and denominator. So keeping that in mind, we can easily discount these options. Option A will not work out because we only have a 3 in the numerator. There is nothing in the denominator, but 35 divided by 15 is actually 7 divided by 3, right? So here also option B also will not work because you only have a 7 in the numerator, no numeric coefficient in the denominator. And now we are down to option C, and then how about option D? Well, option D also will not work because we had a negative sign in the denominator, negative 15, but option D has no negative sign, so that also should not work. So now we are actually down to option C or E. Now if you look at both of them, they look pretty much identical except the fact that the exponent of A is different different. For option C, the exponent of a is 20, and for option E, the exponent of a is 10. But if you quickly calculate this, or if you even quickly do a little mental math here, you should be able to determine what should be the exponent of a. Well, exponent of a should be 15 minus -5, which would be 15 plus 5, which would be 20. So then you know that your correct answer is going to be option C, because there you have a to the power 20. I hope everything made sense. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.